Hey everybody, today we're at the Buttermilk Falls natural area. There's a nice waterfall down there and there's a trail over there, so let's get rolling. As far as I can tell, I'm the only one here today. I don't even think anyone's in the security cabin area, which usually there's a person in there. They put that in a couple years ago. I guess people were coming back here and partying and stuff. So I was actually at this park 11 years ago and a couple years ago as well, but 11 years ago they didn't have this building right here. The security building over there wasn't there. The restrooms were there. This wasn't here though. This is new. I don't remember if they had that drone sign or not. I think not 11 years ago, but this is where we're heading, to the falls first. Then we'll do the McFeely Trail later. I think we'll get some Mr. Rogers history on the way here too. Yeah, so that cabin's new. I think that's new since the last time I've been here. So here we have the two falls signs, so we'll follow that. And then on the way, there's different things about Mr. Rogers here. You can read those if you want, and you can open these. And there's just a little quote from Mr. Rogers in there. So we'll open these on the way. This is the first one. I guess someone tried to ice climb. That's a new one. I don't think that was there in the past. Grab one of these maps. I don't think there's anything new, but I'll have to check it out to see. Well, I can tell you for sure this sign is definitely new. Fred Rogers Trail. And this says it's a driving kind of tour of the area, so it's not really a hiking trail here. Let's check out quote number 2. This one's missing its handle. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood indeed. A little bit snowy, but a beautiful day. Wow, it must have really snowed here. Here's a pavilion area. I remember this from last time. The last time I was here was probably 4 years ago, but first time I was here was 11 years ago now. Crazy how fast time goes. Let's see what sign number 3 has to say. That's a bigger one. You can read that on your own. On we go. You can see there's definitely been some people down here. So this is like I say, this is a pretty well frequented area, but not in the winter, I guess. All right, let's see what sign number 4 has to offer. Again, these are all Mr. Rogers quotes. Now, the last time I was here, I wasn't into geocaching, but now that I am, I checked the map and there's 3. There's 2 actual geocaches, and then there's a virtual cache, which is the Waterfall. So let's see if we can find the actual caches. The first one's on this Waterfall trail, I believe, or slightly off of it. Then the second one's gonna be on the McFeely Trail later in the video. I bet we get down here and the waterfall's probably frozen, but we will see. Here comes sign number 5. Let's take a look-see. All right, so the geocache is dead ahead here. It should be maybe right off the trail. It says I'm only 23 feet from the cache, so let's see if we can find this thing. Bet you my coordinates are slightly off. There's a box on this tree over here. Let's get through the snow here. Watch, the leaves are slick. Let's see if we can get to this. It's either a birdhouse or the geocache. We will find out in a second. This one says it was last found in November. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, I think it is the geocache. I think it's the geocache disguised as a bird box. How do I know this? Look, it's got grating on here so birds can't actually get in. See the metal there? How do you even open this? I thought it was just, there's a latch. Oh, snow's getting me. Whoa, there we go. So that opens up like that. Inside is the cache. Let's take a look. Right grenade. There's some random trinkets in there. There we are, first signers of 2025, one skinny dude. It's a little friend here on the thing as well. I guess he's alive, he hasn't moved. All right, so we closed up the geocache. Now we're heading down towards the waterfall area. You can see the fence here. Oh, almost missed sign number 6. And it comes with a glove. Seen a lot of these gloves recently out in the cold. All right, there's your next sign. On we go. Comes sign 7. I think this used to only go up to sign 6. I could be wrong, but a couple new ones. It seems to me that there's a few new ones here. This is 8. Yeah, I don't think 7 through 10 were here before, but I just saw them on the way down, so these must be new. There's 9. And right up here is number 10. Before we get to sign 10, you can see where the waterfall is going to go down into. That's the kind of ravine area. The river usually flows down through there. I don't hear it, it's probably frozen. And then up here is going to be a look over view, and then we can go down and around, down into the waterfall area. Right, and sign number 10, I believe the last one. There's sign 10. All right, so let's first go to this viewing area and see what we can see from here. And then we'll go down and around, of course. Oh, it's only partially frozen. This is gonna be amazing, folks. Down there's a waterfall. It's actually flowing over, and it's this beautiful icicle thing cascading down. We're gonna get this on film. It's gonna be amazing. I believe this plexiglass may be new. If you're keeping up with the history of it in the previous video from 2011, I don't think that was there before, but you'll have to check and let me know. This is gonna be awesome because there's stairs going down in. Now remember I said, you see those stairs there? They used to not be there, and they weren't there in the previous video, but the previous video I was there in the fall, I believe. I think it would be almost impossible to get, not impossible, but very hard to get down this in the winter time without those stairs being there. So I'm glad they're there now, and we'll definitely get some use out of those. For a little bit of height, it's hard to tell, but this is a really tall pine tree here going down in there. You'll see how tall it is once we get down there, I guess. And there used to not be like a railing there so you could go down and walk in the riverbed, but that's no longer the case. Wouldn't do that anyways today, it's freezing. All right, we're heading down to the falls area. Obviously this sign used to not be here because there were no handrails, but now you can see there's these really nice stairs they put in for people, and I guess that keeps people from eroding the cliffside and things like that. Oh, check this out. This trestle right there, that's new that we're gonna be walking over. Back in the old video, you'll see that wasn't there. You just kind of had to cross the stream. Maybe the bridge was there, but not the trestle, I can't remember. This one looks like a little peep or something. All right, we're getting down the first flight of stairs here. Oh, here you go. This was made in 2017, I guess. Buttermilk Falls Access Project. Used to be able to walk right up to the waterfall edge and look over. Of course, that's kind of gated off now. You could hypothetically hop it, but why would you? See here, they're trying to protect the wildlife and erosion and stuff like that, and I think that's a good idea. This used to have to go down, you can see how steep that is probably, with no stairs. It just used to be dirt the whole way down. So we'll go check out the river heading upstream in a bit. Oh, here, this is so you can see the steepness better. We're going down into the river area. It's exciting. All right. Watch your step. Easy does it. Over there's the waterfall incoming. Here comes the wind. Here comes the wind knocking the snow off the pines. Right, down we go. You can see here on the sides, ice is just frozen. Up there's the trestle. Down here is where we're heading, and this is beautiful. You can see the ice and the water's froze up here. It's like a mini glacier. Here comes the wind again. Up there's the observation deck where we were earlier. We're going down in. Whoa. Okay, starting to get a little slick here. See down in there's the river. Just a beautiful area. It's gonna look amazing. See the river flowing, and here is the waterfall. And we're going down in, still got a ways to go. Really do it justice of how big this waterfall is. I think it's about 40 feet, but the snow is about 10, the ice is about 10 to 15 feet up, so It's hard to see just how tall this is. Wondering how glaciers form. This is probably it, right? Except much further north, over thousands of years, hundreds of years. The river and the water just keep running over top of the ice, and it just keeps getting thicker and thicker. Here's where we're heading in a second. Let me get out of the way of the picture here. Okay, somebody explain to me why wasps do this. There's a wasp nest just hanging on the smallest branch all above this waterfall area. I don't know why they do that to themselves. I guess they just like a reason to get mad. There's the stairs and cliff we came down. And it's going, and then it's just disappearing underneath this ice and snow. It's like it's half freezing into this, and then it's half going maybe a little bit over, but I bet this is really flowing underneath all this. We just can't see it. Well, I know it is, because you can see it coming out the bottom there. All right, there's the waterfall. There's the mini glacier. Down there's the river. We're going in to the cave. This is a little sketchy, but I'm going in. It is turning to ice real fast, so you're going to see this in just a second. My hand just got stuck on this railing. It's all ice from the waterfall. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at the icicles on both sides here. This is gorgeous. Whoa! Okay, this is pure ice. My boots aren't going to help here. Oh, and I'm getting wet. Alright, there's no amount of boots that's gonna get me through this, so let's check this out. That is crazy. Look at the ice sheets here on the railing. Ah, my hand's getting stuck. It's just all frozen. Huge icicles. Well, you know, I'm about almost 6 foot tall. I'm like 5'10", 5'11". You can see just how big these icicles are. The amount of ice here is just crazy, and the water's coming down, dripping. Now I know that there's some railing back in there because I have been here when they put the stairs in before. So once we get through this, it'll probably still be slick, but hopefully not as bad back in there. This is it. In we go. I might need both hands for this, to be totally honest. It's awful slick here. I think it unslicks inside, but yeah, it's gonna be a very slick adventure here for a second. I don't know if I can do this. I really need the GoPro, and I have it. I just didn't bring it with me. So that's my craziness. This is all ice though. All right. See the water coming down on us. Where's the ice? Beautiful icicles. I'm gonna try not to break these if I can help it. But the water is really coming down here. Hands are getting cold. We're going in. Oh. Let's try not to get icicles all over us. I broke one. I gotta sit down for this. Okay. We are in. My hands are wet, but we're in. Behind the icicles. Oh, my hand's wet. Oh, that's no good. I gotta take my gloves off. Oh. Just gonna put my gloves in my pocket. Okay, my hands were freezing up there, so I had to warm them up. Unzipped my jacket and I put my hands under my armpits. That sounds weird, but that's one of the warmest areas you can do. Also your nether regions, but armpit seems more practical in most cases. And that'll warm your hands right up. So, got to do that sometimes. My hands were getting absolutely cold because they were wet from getting underneath that waterfall. Let's get some beautiful pictures back here. And then we're going to film going in and out of this thing. It is cold and humid back here. Check out where we came in here. Oh, if I can get turned around. Here's where we just came from. See all the ice is flowing through here. Get the water just coming down and then freezing and going underneath the snow. Apparently the ice formed on the chain link. That's crazy. My backpack was here for like maybe 5 minutes or less, and I picked it up and it was already freezing. The back part was already freezing to the floor of the metal, so that's my cue to get out of here before the same thing happens to me. Crazy. Whoa, that's yours. All right, now we gotta figure out how to get out of here. You can see the size of these icicles are no joke. So, yeah. All right, let's not get impaled by the icicles here. All right, getting out of here in one piece. Keep the plan of attack. Watch out from above. I may need both hands, it's unclear yet. Wow, those are some big icicles. My hand's shaking. Sorry for the shaky camera. Just freezing. Oh, I don't want to cause a icicle lunch. How am I going to get up? I didn't get scooch. Grab a hold of this piece. There we go. Now we're gonna do the older ruins here and the McFeely Trail over there. So let's get into it. Look at the way, it's just like in the partial freezing process, the way the water's coming underneath it, but it's freezing on the outside of the waterfall, but not on the inside. Got a no trespassing sign there, so this must be the end of the area where we're allowed to go back here. All that time at the waterfall and still nobody in the parking lot, so on we go to the next trail, which is the McFeely Trail. All right, the McFeely Trail. This one, if I remember correctly, is a shorter trail. You can see deer tracks through the snow. I'm not gonna put the phone down as much for this one because my hands are really cold from the ice. My gloves got wet and there's not much else I can do. So I'm just gonna try and keep my hands warm and film what I can of this trail. I don't think anybody but some deer have been back here in a while. There are 0 people footprints coming through the snow back here. Just a fun note, my backpack where the water was splashing on it is actually frozen up now from when we were under the waterfall in the other video. It's just completely frozen up with all the ice on there. It's pretty cold. It was a nice woodsy walk. This is the end of the McFeely Trail. We're back already at the car, so I'm getting out of here. Really cold now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.